Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the next episode review of Old Country Bumpkin to Swordmaster, or to Master Swordsman, episode 2, and shows were starting to get really good. I mean, like I said, interested. I'm picking this show, but you know what? It's been good so far, and so with our guy, which I think it's called him Brill, but I think it's called his name is it's Barrel. Well, listen, I get names all the time. So, but we do get more of the stuff, the character development with more of his students, especially Alucia, who's the commander of the order, and we really get like flashbacks back when she was back when she was training under him, and improving on her sword skills, and all including all the stuff like including Beryl, that he's a lot of times he's a humble guy. It's like he thinks like he's a good swordsman, teaching all the students though, but he's like humble to himself, like, because he thinks is him living in the sticks, as he always says, and that he's not going to like excel at anything else. So, but he's a humble. So he's not only that he's not only his students admire him a lot though, but he's also also humble to himself, and I like how his father says he's good doing so much more than just doing what he's doing, though, right? So, and he shows more now. He's teaching more of the commanding force, more of the other sword skills, and like I said, with Lucia, who's flashback of when she was training with him, and she got better and better. And also when his dojo, Barrel's dojo, was doing competition with the other dojo, right? And they win, but when because now with Lucia forgot to her hairpin, she forgot back at the dojo. Those other kids from the other dojo's class, of course, wanted to beat her up, of course, but Beryl steps in. Of course, being the nice guy, he doesn't beat him up, which he could take them all out if he wanted to, because that's how good he is. That's like he's good though, but he doesn't want to acknowledge how good he really is. That's why he's always so humble on himself. And so, but he's the nice guy. Even the other teacher says, like, please forgive my students, for them being such douches, that's what they are. But Brill's like, no, it's okay, it's alright. So, and now that Lucia, she went on to go on to train more, bigger, better. She trained at the capital, and she ranked up to commander. And so, and of course, so with his other students, Beryl is proud of his formers, of how good they've excelled and where they got, right? And so he goes on a walk with his other student, Karuri, and he meets another one of his former students named Fiesel, who also trained at his dojo, another one of his students, and so who worked along with his other students, Karuri. And so, but she, not only that though, not only she has a sword master, but she's basically become a full wizard. And the fun one was like, well, her humor is like, oh well, you know who it was at first? Boo hoo. Gives a little pouty looks like, oh, you know who it was? Boo hoo. Like that way, and then a guy snatches an old lady's purse, and she uses her sword, which she incorporated magic into it, and just uses it to tie the guy's legs up. And so he gets to meet another one of his old students. Now, out of all the students, which they all admire him, right? But of all the ones, the most essential one, that's the main one that is taking more liking to Beryl, is the main one, that is Alucia. So she's the one who's been taking more of a liking into Beryl out of all the other ones. So, then later we see like he's going out for an early walk, and he comes across this other wizard named Lucy Diamond, and she basically wants to challenge him to a fight. So he takes him to this open arena, or where this open area where there's construction, and she wants to fight him, and he kind of feels like, okay, this is gonna happen, okay. That's before the episode ends, so, but overall, just the whole, just how like with Barrel's character, right? Like I said, he's a good swordsman. Like all the students admire him, and he doesn't doesn't even acknowledge that he's very, very good at what he's doing, though. But like I said, he's a very humbling guy, and he humbles on himself too. But like I said, it's like his dad wants to just knows he can go and do better stuff, right? Than just staying in the sticks, like he always says. It's like, oh, no far like me coming from the sticks, right? So, but of all like if he's, I mean, I would say that it's pretty much it's a good adult fantasy. Adult means like our main character is more an a mature adult. Like let's say he's in his mid 40s. That's what I'm trying to say. And all the other and all of his other students, right? They're all in their 20s, right? So they're not just kids, right? So that's what I mean by adult and fantasy. So and like I said, all the other ones, like the ones that they've admired him. But I think it's Lucia has taken more in the liking of Barrel, though. But if essentially he probably won't marry them. But if Barrel finds one, it's probably going to be probably someone around his age, though. But overall, though, episode 2, like we see more. It's more. It's a slow burn. Which I do like. I do like. There's in films there are slow burns I do enjoy, like The Shining. That's a slow burn movie. Same with 2001: A Space Odyssey. There's even shows and anime shows that are a slow burn to develop their characters, and establish it in the situations they are currently until something incredible or something else happens big time, and then the pacing will go on because or the adventures they're going to go on to. So I understand it's a slow burn, which I do like, though. But don't want to go too slow, but that's what the show is doing. It's not going too slow for me to get bored. No. It's going at its very own well pace, and the characters I've been liking so far. And so, but me introducing another new characters, wizards. Okay, because which there is magic in this world, which I didn't see in the first episode. So there is magic in this, but it's not the dominating thing in this world, though, right? Like Beryl said, to his former protege, he's well, there are very few who become wizards. So his former student Faisal is one of the few that has become a wizard. So, but I look forward to see how more of these characters will go, and with the other one, Lucy. But yeah, so that's it's another episode 2 of Old Country Bumpkin, to Master Swordsman. Another good episode, I really say. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time. Later.